CIT, the Center for Indigenous Theatre, is a 3-year training institute for Indigenous students. The students start from the beginning in year 1, and each year of training builds off of the first year, and then the second year, and then third year. We also offer 4th year training to graduates, and that 4th year training is often built from creative energy juices that build up over the last 3 years. New plays are being written, video dramas are being created.
CIT means inspiration. I see a lot of people come through the program who are at first very shy, and as they go through the terms and years, they become more and more solidified in who they will be as an Indigenous artist. When people come here from small communities, reservations, towns, cities, they are engulfed into a different world. I strongly believe that Toronto is its own world.
What CIT has let me do is be in a situation, a place where there's a lot of things I don't have to think about, so I can think about the things I want to think about. And hearing the stories and working with the other students, the Indigenous students. I have like 26 years of formal education, and there was never another Indigenous person with me in any of those times. We are incredible people. We really are. And we have been holding ourselves to the standard of mediocrity that is the colonizer for a very, very long time now. And we don't have to anymore.
CIT is a place where I feel like I can really express myself, artistically. I often feel like it's like an escape of mine because I feel like I can't really create the ways I can at CIT anywhere else. So I feel like it's really helped me just bring out my creative side and my voice as an artist. Here, they kind of just make you do it, and they just make you get into it like you don't really have a choice. So I've just gotten used to it, and I've gotten to really play around with it.
While being here at CIT, I've learned to not be so closed off, and you really do have to put yourself out there. The teachers will literally force it out of you if you want to be, scared or not want to do a scene. They will work with you, and I think that's what I would say most that I've learned is just coming out of your comfort zone, and it'll only help you in the end. Expand your knowledge, expand your talents, then take that leap of faith and, give it a shot. Who knows?
No matter what theater school you're in, it's such hard work. There's lots of exploration, lots of investigation. There's a lot of self-exploration. Please come and check us out. We have so much to offer. There's a lot of Indigenous programming happening in Ontario that we are part of, and we welcome you to come and take part in those things with us. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to do this work. Miigwech.
Bonjour, Bidwa a Gijgokwe Dijnakas, Megaze Dodem. We are grateful to live and work and learn on this land and acknowledge the traditional caretakers of this land, the Huron-Wendat, the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, and the Anishinaabe. Chimiigwech caretakers, Chimiigwech kakamekwe.
Hello, welcome to Center for Indigenous Theatre Program Info Sessions. My name is Jaylee.
I'm Pearl.
And I'm Francis. We are current students at CIT. Thank you for joining us today.
We're here today to answer all your burning questions about our programming and how you can apply to our school.
You'll also get a peek at one of our past showcases as well as a guest interview, so you can get to know a bit more about the work we do here at CIT. So stay tuned.
To better introduce our school, CIT provides training in acting, voice, and movement with cultural classes that are focused on dance, song, and oral history. We partner with communities and organizations across Canada, and each year we plan land-based teachings with the Bajamajig storytellers and in Manitowoc and Anamatogsi in Nipissing First Nation.
Now, here's a preview of one of our showcases.
had changed in Nana Bojo's life in over 20,000 years is what he shapeshifted into. From rabbit, to crow, to beaver, and even sometimes plants. Nana Bojo would spend his days playing pranks. Helping his people. And eating his berries and wild rice. He enjoyed fishing. And telling stories, too.
Oh, once upon a time, on an island, there were survivors. This island started off very peaceful. I was one of the survivors. I actually made a farm full of turtles. Lots and lots and lots of turtles. It was great. But then one day, one of the turtles went missing. And one of them died. Franklin was dead. And actually, one of the other survivors knew what happened.
Okay,
She said,
at the end of the
"I
day,
should
life
give
was
Chico
very
Franklin."
normal for Nana Bojo. He and the Anishinaabe lived in peace for millennium, until something disastrous happened.
Greetings, native! I am the white man from the land of the Caucasians.
Centuries ago, the white man showed up on the first people's shores, and with them came destruction and evil. The white man stripped the people of their culture, language, land rights, and children. The Anishinaabes' way of life was changed permanently, as they were forced to assimilate into the white culture. No more peace, and no more medicine.
This will look fantastic in my museum. Have fun with the drama.
Nana Bojo felt powerless as he watched his people suffer. No one could tell his stories. No one was able to speak his name. The children didn't look up to him anymore, and the elders slowly began to lose Nana Bojo's teachings themselves. Nana Bojo tried and tried and tried to help his people, but it wasn't enough. Exhausted, Nana Bojo decided to talk with the spirits of the four directions for help.
Do you see them? The children, the elders, they're speaking of you. They're speaking the language.
They smudge, they dance, they pray, and they drum. It's getting better day by day. And they're resilient and strong. Believe in your people.
The spirit's wise words filled Nana Bojo with hope that soon as people would live comfortably and free once again. He fights for us as we fight for ourselves. Mia, that's it. Or Chimiquetch. Thank you.
Here's an outline of our current school year and what you can expect when you arrive here in Toronto. First, we begin with an orientation period of Toronto and CIT. Our school is located in the west of the city near beautiful Trinity Bellworth Park. Your first week will be spent getting to know the city and where you'll be training.
Classes are typically in person, but may be online in some cases. You have a variety of classes at CIT throughout the year, such as dance, voice, physical theater, singing, stage combat, acting for camera, and story creation. You will be on your feet and expected to be actively participating in all classes. Although accommodations can always be made, you can address any access concerns or needs to your educators or staff.
It's now time for an exclusive CIT interview. Take a look.
So when I first came to the Center for Indigenous Theatre, I was I was going to be a star. I was going to be, a theater actor, and I loved it. I did. I really, truly loved all of the learning that took place to form form characters and all the backstories and all the, from like our stage combat classes, our clown classes, our acting, our voice, vocal movement, like all of that, I feel like plays into my roles today. But also in my final year was more of the technical production side of the theater. And that's where I I fell in love with, just doing the production side and stage managing. Love it. Producing, love it. I just found my niche and built on that. And yeah. So it was at school. It was in my final year, and I was an apprentice, stage manager apprentice on the scrubbing project with the Turtle Gals. And I was like, wow, this is, because even when I was in school, I wanted, as a performer, I was always like, so I was on the stage, but I was watching, what are the lighting guys doing? Like, what is the set people doing? Like, what is everybody doing? You're like, oh, these meetings are happening over here. Like, I really found myself wanting to know everything about the show. And, and now I do. I know everything about the shows that I work on.
Inspired to apply yet? Let us know in the comments. Requirements needed to apply to the Center for Indigenous Theatre are: you must identify as First Nations, Métis, or Inuit, be 18 years of age or older, have acquired grade 10 English level or higher, have an interest in the performing arts and theatre, and self-discovery, as well as an interest in exploring Indigenous culture and knowledge.
Now that we've gone over the requirements, here are important documents that you must submit when applying to a Center for Indigenous Theatre. They include an updated resume, a 500-word essay expressing your interest in the theater and coming to CIT, 2 references that can vouch for your interest in theater, a photograph of your health card, and audition video of you doing some script work.
To help you out with your audition, we've created a how-to video. Take a look.
Hi, I'm Sam Twin. I'm a 4th year student here at Center for Indigenous Theatre.
Hi, I'm Teresa Cutneff, and I'm also a 4th year student at the Center for Indigenous Theatre.
We'll give you some tips and tricks on how to do your monologues and get them sent into CIT.
Yes, so first find an age-appropriate monologue for yourself. Use something from the Indigenous canon, something like from Thompson Highway, Drew Hayden Taylor, Kenneth T. Williams. Do you have any more?
Keith Barker, Alanis King. And if you have any troubles finding anything like that, you could email CIT and we'll provide you with a monologue.
So Sam, what did you do for your audition into CIT?
I did Isaac from Thunderstick by Kenneth Williams. What about you? What did you do?
I was sent a collection of different story pieces from Coyote City. What to wear? Wear something simple, neutral colors, something that you're comfortable and confident in.
Yep. And there's not really a time limit for it, but it should be around 3 minutes.
If you have any other skills that you want to show, like singing, dancing, hand drumming, anything and everything, feel free to submit it. But you do have to have a monologue.
Unless, of course, you're a storyteller and you have a story, then you could submit that instead of the monologue, but no accents, please.
And the most important thing is to have fun. And if you stumble, that's okay.
Yep.
You can do it over and over as many times as you feel. Have any other difficulties like doing your monologue or audition?
Probably the hardest part was memorizing it all, and I had somebody film it for me. I did not know that it was best to film it with a neutral background, so I filmed it just in a living room and there was a lot of things in the background, but it worked out. And you don't need a professional camera. We're doing this on an iPhone 10. You can stack it up on some books or put it on a table, whatever you gotta do. As long as it's capturing basically from half of your torso up so we can see your shoulders and your head. You could have a relative or somebody hold the camera for you and you could just send that into CIT.
Have fun.
There are ongoing requirements in order to remain in the program. Curious to what it takes to be a CIT graduate?
You are expected to be on time and present for all classes, and you must actively be looking for funding while you attend your studies. Tuition costs each year are $3,750. Before you go,
we would like to mention that there are alternative funding options if you are unable to receive financial support from your band. There are other organizations that you can submit applications to for funding. These include, but are not limited to,
Inspire Foundation, Dreamcatcher Charitable Foundation, Métis Nation of Ontario, Canada Post, Mississauga the Credit, other local organizations.
If you are in need of funding application assistance, contact us at the Center for Indigenous Theatre. We are accepting applications for our full-time program as well as summer intensive now. Reminder, no student has ever turned away due to lack of funding.
Before we go, please make sure to follow us on Instagram and like us on Facebook to stay updated on CIT news and updates. Also, check out our website at indigenoustheatre.com for more information on our school and programming.
Thanks for attending CIT's program info session. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below or contact us through our website and social media platforms. See you soon!